are in my backyard with Tim Campbell, infamous Keene artist. What kind of, what's your style, Tim?
People call it folk art. I think it's my own.
It is your own, yeah.
Yes.
Because, I started looking at your artwork probably, probably 20 years ago. I would say, yep.
Yes.
I was working at Stonewall Farm, and we did some art auctions.
We did.
And this piece came in, and then that piece came in, and I could always tell your style compared to other people's styles.
You can.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is totally different than a lot of the things that I see.
It is.
Yeah, and you use so much imagination with your
Yeah,
your
we
works.
try,
Yeah. And where do you get your supplies? You go to junkyards?
Well, I used to go to junkyards. You can't go to junkyards anymore.
Oh, no. Okay.
Antique shops.
Yep.
People drop stuff off in my house.
Right.
That's
right.
the biggest
I mean,
one.
you've used things that are like spindles for different things, and
Posts,
heads.
columns.
Yeah.
You name it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't throw it out. Bring it to me.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, because you just never know.
No.
You never know. But today's works are going to be on the Ashuelot River. There's 64 miles.
64 miles.
Of the Ashuelot River, and you were telling me it starts in Sunapee.
Close to Sunapee, yes.
Yeah, which is close to Leominster.
It
so
is.
most of the towns are all in Cheshire County. Okay, and I was looking at your map because I love the piece that you did. These are all, would you call it flat art or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are all flat art pieces, but he's got a map and he's got all of the towns listed out and the way that the river runs through it. It's
On all of their meeting houses, all of their churches, we have all of the
I
historical.
didn't look that closely.
Sure.
Oh wow, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
that's what we do.
Yeah, yeah. And that piece actually opens the exhibit.
It does.
Yeah, yeah. They're so lucky. So what I was noticing is that along the way of the river is where most of the mills, of course, were located. So there's lots of bridges, lots of motion,
Yes.
buildings. When we look back, it's amazing to look at where all of the mills were that
Right.
are no longer in existence.
Right.
You see all these big buildings. Like right now, I think they're working on one in Swanzey, and they were trying to decide what do we do with it. And I
Right.
don't know that they've
I
come
don't
up with a
think they- yeah,
decision
no
yet.
idea, yeah.
But there was a big dam there that they took out, which it looks beautiful now.
It
to
does.
go through, and,
Yeah.
and it's a smarter thing to do. If you don't need the dam, then why keep it?
That's right.
But there's all kinds of photographs, all kinds of acrylics. I think there's
Everything.
Yeah, there really is. Yeah, I even saw somebody. I'm a beekeeper that used
Yes, I saw that.
comb
Yes.
as part of
Yeah.
their painting
I
as
saw
well.
that, yes.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today is we'll take a little bit of a look around and see some of the different things. A lot of them, they haven't gotten this exhibit marked off yet. We're here as a preliminary because we just found out that it was going to happen, and by the time you've seen it, it'll probably almost go by, but at least you'll have a chance to look at it, and we're hoping that it's going to be some kind of a mobile exhibit, hopefully, in some form.
I would like that to happen, yes.
Yeah. Because it's really too bad to just look at something and then have it
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And by at least having this on video, we'll be
Correct.
able to carry it
More
on.
people will see it.
Right,
Yes.
right. That's one of the things that I've noticed in doing the In My Backyard show is it started out as bugs and gardening and agriculture, but everything in the Monadnock region is pretty much tied to
Sure.
agriculture.
Sure.
So, now my thoughts are going more towards, where did we come from? And where have we been? And the things that the kids nowadays have no idea.
No
I mean,
idea.
even us. I mean,
No
we're
idea.
about the same age here.
Yeah.
But even us, things
Yeah.
have gone by the wayfair.
Yeah.
Keene has grown up so much.
Yes.
So it's just amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we were growing up, we had the Ashuelot River. There was no bridge over it.
Nope.
No. But in your painting, there is a bridge.
There's
and
a bridge
we'll
over
see
the
that a little
falls,
bit. Yep.
yes.
Yeah, we'll see that in a little bit. And there's just so many things that have changed in Keene. We've never had to really deal with flooding because we weren't around in
Right.
38 and 42 and all of those. So we haven't really had to worry about those. But there's so many more buildings here, and the buildings that have been torn down.
Right. Yeah.
I remember buildings like where I think is it People's now? It could have been Granite Bank at one time. But in the middle there, I don't know if you remember when we used to take the buses
Yeah,
into Keene.
yeah.
There used to be a farm right there.
Really? I
Yeah,
don't
and there was a
remember
horse there.
Oh, jeez,
I
no,
know.
I don't
No,
remember that
it's crazy. And then we had railroads.
We did.
So some of the pictures here might show some of the railroad bridges.
Yeah, it could. I don't even know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I should have done that actually.
Well, I mean, there's so
Jeez.
many.
It's a good idea.
It doesn't have to be the last one.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So what we are going to do is we're going to look at some of the things that people have portrayed of the Ashuelot River, and maybe it's going to bring back some memories for you as well. Because if it wasn't you, it could have been your aunt, uncle, grandparents, great-grandparents. So you were saying something about your aunt remembers that bridge on
I have
Ashuelot?
a 94-year-old aunt who remembers the covered bridge over the falls on the Ashuelot River on West Street.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So let's go take a look at that.
Okay.
And carry on from there.
Let's go.
Okay. So this is like the middle of the Ashuelot here. I see a painting here of, this looks like, could be Swanzey?
I think so.
Yeah. And that's by Jeannie Teamy. And this is the same photograph here, I guess. And now that the dam has been taken out,
Right.
it looks really nice. And again, this is what they're going to be working on in Swanzey.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. We have photographs here. Oh, here's one of the railroads.
Right.
And I don't know which one this is. I mean, there's so many in Keene.
No, I have no idea.
Or in the whole, Cheshire County. But I go over a bridge like that all the time. There's one down in Swanzey that you'd never know unless you went on the railroad beds to go for a walk or something. And that looks like high water.
It does?
Yeah. And then, let's see, up here, I don't know where that would be, but that kind of reminds me of like Hurricane Road area, kind of like maybe West Keene or something. And then this one here, do you have any idea what this would be, Tim?
I have no idea. No.
It looks familiar.
It does,
the colors
doesn't
are blues and greens. It looks like maybe a Tim Campbell.
It does look like one, yes.
Yeah. So Tim, tell me a little bit about this painting.
There was a bridge over the falls on West Street
Yeah.
that came down the hurricane of '38.
Yeah.
No one knows it except my 94-year-old aunt. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't imagine. I mean, it doesn't look like there would have been that much of a space in between. And I've been over there.
Right.
And there couldn't have been. Now, do you have any idea what they would have used this for? Was there something over on that side?
There
Maybe
was. I don't remember what it
pastures or
was.
something?
The Historical Society told me that it was basically a footbridge. But I think horses would not go over the falls.
Right.
So they had to cover the bridge.
Well, I have a story for you there because we just did a show a few months ago on covered bridges, and the animals don't like to see or hear the noise, and so that's why
they covered
another
them.
reason why they have covered bridges.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm sure like that area out there has like a little bit of a swamp. It probably was pasture at the time.
There was a huge building out there.
Was there?
Yeah, I have no idea what it was, but yeah.
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 Yeah. Before our time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but back then.
Not much, but yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Back then, they also had some openings that they would use to keep the dam at different heights too for the mill, which was
Correct.
right across the street for Colony Mill. But I can't believe that they would have spent the money to do a bridge like that. But there had to be a building over there, like you said.
It had to be the Colony Mill that did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because they probably had a lot of people that were
And a lot of
trekking back
money.
and forth. Yeah.
And you can still see the iron railings from the bridge
Right.
there now.
Yeah, you just have to look.
I had no idea what they were for. Now
Right.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the good thing about having a show
Yeah,
like this is that you get to
right.
do some research. So how did you know that there was a bridge there besides your
Some
aunt?
research at the Historical Society.
Yeah, and that's where we are today is at the Historical Society in Keene. Yeah, and so they have books and photographs and different things like
There's
that?
billions of photographs, yes.
Unbelievable. I've really got to get in here and,
You do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Amazing stuff.
it's funny, but as you get to this age, approximately way under 50, but as you get to that age, you start thinking about your past and
Sure.
the future and like what's in it for people, 10 or 20 or 100 years from
Right.
now. And we've only been around for
And what's going to be
while.
gone that's
right.
here now that
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Because, like down on West Street, look at all the buildings that were there that they tore down, like
Right.
where Dunkin' Donuts is
Yeah.
now. I mean, there used to be a mansion
The
there.
old Colony House.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. And, that's one of the things that we have to remember is that if we tear it down, it's not coming back.
No.
And the amount
No.
of money that it's going to cost to rebuild something like that, it's just not going to happen.
So that's why we're doing this.
Right, it's a really great
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, the Ashuelot, when you go over it, it doesn't matter where you are. Just even in Keene, you go through these winding areas, even the little parts, I know that's not probably completely part of the Ashuelot, but going over to Brentwood,
Yeah.
you know, it just winds back and forth like a snake, back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Yeah.
So when it does flood, you can understand
sure.
how it does so
Oh, yeah.
easily. These little teeny
Well, sure.
brooks turn into raging rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I see Linda's got a painting here, and Sue Doyle.
Yeah,
It
there's some
looks like there's a
amazing
lot.
stuff.
Yeah, a lot of artists here that
Yeah.
have participated. Yeah.
And Alicia Drakiotis,
She's the organizer.
she
of
organized
a lot of
this. She
Yeah.
deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, yeah, and this was a juried show, so it's not
Yes.
just a bunch of people that put up their artwork. I mean,
No.
people had to submit their artwork.
We did.
And then get it approved to be in the show.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. So there's 40 artists that are participating in this.
I think
That's,
so,
I
yeah.
think that's what it says. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so it looks like some people have 2 or 3 paintings.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know, it's just very interesting. And again, you get to see the different styles
Correct.
of all these artists.
Yeah.
And these are pretty much
Incredible
all local
stuff.
Yeah, and local artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you
All local.
probably didn't know. They're all
That's
in
right.
my backyard. You wouldn't believe what my backyard looks like. So let's look at some more paintings
Okay.
over here. All right.
Okay.
Great. All right. So here we've got another bridge. It looks like a bog and some really beautiful colors. This looks like autumn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine where this is because there's so many different places
Yeah, I
that
have
would
no
be like
idea.
this. I think what they will do is they'll have markings for all of
They'll all
these
be
and probably
marked.
tell a little story about, you know, locations and
pretty
things
sure,
like
yes.
that. Yeah. Yeah. And then this one up here is Ann Ward.
It's incredible.
It is. I mean, when you look at it up close, it looks like colors, but you look
Yeah.
at it far away,
Right.
it's just beautiful. You
Yeah.
can see all of the shimmer, and
Yeah.
that's just
No, it's
incredible.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the beginning of the show here, and then it goes around the room and ends up. It looks like the mills, maybe.
I think Winchester,
Winchester?
is
Yeah,
the
because
final
that is the end of
point.
the Ashuelot.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Quite a story. Yeah. Well, the one that I do want to focus on last is yours with all of the
Good.
towns in Cheshire County.
Good.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll head over to that, and then you can tell us a little bit more about
Okay.
what you did on that one.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So we end with the beginning. The Ashuelot River.
Right. The map.
Yeah. So did you do this just for this exhibit?
I did.
Wow. And what did you use to figure out where you were going to put everything?
I did a Google search for the Ashuelot River map, and yeah, it's painted on an old millinery shelf. Yeah, we went from there.
Yeah. So let's see. You said you have the churches, you have the town.
The meeting
places.
houses,
Yeah. And let's see.
the Colony Mill,
Colony Mill. Okay, cool. Well,
and there's me and Otis.
Oh. So let's start up and all the way up into Washington. So that's close to Sunapee, you said.
Right.
Okay. And so tell me, any significance of the car?
No,
No. These are your style. I've seen
This
these
is
in a
me.
lot of your
This is
paintings.
me, yes.
Right, right. And then you shoot through Marlowe, and Marlowe had a dog there too. Do you know that dog?
I have no idea who the dog is.
Oh,
No,
A dog in another life.
someone else's dog. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And then we go through Gilsum. I'm very familiar with Gilsum. There's a lot of water in Gilsum.
There is a lot.
Yeah.
in Gilsum.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Surrey. It looks like there's a covered bridge in Surrey.
That's the dam.
The dam. Okay. Yes. Yep. Yep. And then let's see. You got somebody fishing in Keene.
Fishing in Keene.
Yep. And is this like Lover's Leap or something? It's some little
I have no idea. I have no idea what it is.
Yellow building? Anything significant
Nope,
there? No?
nothing there.
No, no. Keep on going. Anything there? Covered bridge here.
The covered bridge in Swanzey.
Oh,
the
yes.
Swanzey, what is it? The town hall, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, we
And
go.
they're swimming. I mean, they're fishing again.
They're swimming and fishing.
Yep,
Yes.
Yep. And you've got some geese flying.
Geese.
So we've seen geese in some of the other.
Mount Monadnock is over there with
yeah,
someone
in
hiking
Jaffrey.
it.
Yep. Yep. That must be you when you were younger.
That's not me, no.
No, it's not
no,
you.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Okay. And
I'm
so,
much taller.
Oh, I should have known. Yeah. And then Winchester, you've got another covered bridge down there. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see sometimes.
It is.
A little bit of the glare, but you know what you'll have to do is just stop by and see it for
Come in and
yourselves.
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Tim, will this be on postcards like
This will be
I've seen on some
prints
of your others?
and postcards will be available
Yeah.
at the Cheshire County Historical Society
Yeah.
in Hannah Grimes.
Yeah, and you also have a website.
I do.
Okay, and your website is.
www.tcampbellart.com.
Okay, great.
And you can find me on Facebook.
Yes, I found you.
You did?
Yes, yes. Now you have your artwork on display in other places besides Keene.
Oh, sure.
So I think you have it down on the Cape.
I'm all over that Cape,
Okay,
yes.
okay. And then out in California?
In San Francisco, there's a gallery out there that had my stuff. She actually closed.
Well,
Winnipesaukee, we're on Winnipesaukee.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just got a gallery today on the seacoast of New Hampshire.
right.
So
Nice,
yeah.
nice. And so you're all over, and then you've got.
we're all over.
Yeah, yeah. And then you've got private ownership of, you know, a lot of your pieces
Sure.
and on display
yeah.
and things like that too.
There's
Yeah.
private collectors all over the country, all over the
Yeah.
world, actually.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. So what is your inspiration?
No, that's
Do
probably
these things go like through your head, or do you have a plan before you get
I
started with
have a
these?
folder on my desktop of my computer with, if I did a painting a day for the rest of my life, I'd never finish these.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
an idea comes in the head, we write it down.
Yeah.
Whether we get to it or not, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know, some of the ones that I've really enjoyed are like your Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln.
Yep.
And
We're doing historic documents right now, too.
yeah.
So
Wow, wow. And let's see, you also have Hannah Grimes.
Hannah Grimes Marketplace.
Yeah, and you've got postcards for those as well.
They have everything there,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
A wonderful place.
Yeah, yeah. So what's next for you?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm fine as I am.
Uh-huh.
We just need to paint and walk the kid. That's,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. So Otis is your dog.
Oh, this is my kid in a dog suit.
Yes. Yeah, and you dress him up at different times for different things. You getting away from that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for his calendar.
Right.
That's what we do it for.
Yeah, yeah.
There will be a calendar of the Cheshire County paintings too for this.
Good.
For 2014.
Good. Yeah, yeah. So that'll be great because then people can carry that on, like we
Sure.
were saying earlier.
Frame
you know,
it.
History.
Yeah.
It's history for people to pass on to their kids and things like that. Because to me, that's really becoming more important.
Yes.
That we document things,
I think
and
we
that's
got-
why the Historical Society
We got
is such
away
a great
from that
place.
for a while, and I think
Right.
we're going back to it now.
Right, right, yeah, because we want everything fast.
Yeah.
And I think what's happening is people are starting to think about the fact that the decisions that we're making now, yeah, they're great today, but what's going to happen years from now? And so a lot of these things, like a lot of the covered bridges that are still standing, a lot of the meeting houses, the rivers, these have all been so important, and they're still here.
Yeah.
And that's really important to all of us.
Yeah. Old is better.
Yes, it is. I
And the
think of that
older I
every
get,
day.
yes, I
I
know.
know, yeah. Well, you know, it's funny, when we were younger, we never thought about that.
No.
Ever. You know, and anybody that's
No.
under, 40 is probably never going to think of that.
No.
Until you get a little bit older, and then you start thinking, you know, it's really important to start documenting
Yeah.
and keeping some of this for
This
our
stuff
kids.
is cool. The old stuff is cool.
Right, right.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. You know, computers, they change them every day.
And built
So
by
they're-
hand,
they're-
all of this stuff,
right,
too.
Right, Well, the computers are built by hand,
Right,
but
well.
massively.
Yeah.
But, you know, computers and things like that, they're going to be gone. I mean, like, look at how quickly things have changed.
Yeah.
But this stuff is still around.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, that's what we need to do is keep it going.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Tim, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
And we'll try to get a little bit more information to let you guys know about, other exhibits that are going on in the area. I know you have some more that will be coming up. And
I think I have one in the fall at Hannah Grimes again, yes.
yeah. So cool.
Yeah.
So today we've been in my backyard
We have.
with Tim Campbell. And if you're interested in more information about In My Backyard or any of the shows that we've done, you can email us at inmybackyardch8@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you. So looking forward to it, and we'll see you in my backyard.